Who'd you look up to and kind of wanted to emulate in your style and your career?
Oh man, there's so many guys. I mean,
There's a lot of
I
them out there.
started off watching K1. I started off watching,
Yep.
I think it was like I got a VHS tape of UFC 2, and then I was watching like K1 when we first got satellite TV up home. So I was watching guys like Remy Bonjowski and these
Yeah.
old school guys when I was a kid, kickboxers seeing clean technique, and which eventually led to, watching good southpaws, Jerome LeBanner and Andy Hug way back in the day, and then started watching Petrosian and some of these modern boxers. I watched a lot of Pernell Whitaker when I was, looking at boxing, and watched a lot of old school like Zab Judah, Sergio Martinez, a lot of these southpaws where I was looking at these guys. I don't even know, like I didn't know what I was looking at the time. It was just like, wow, these guys are cool, And then when I started watching MMA, seeing different styles, different southpaws, Lyoto Machida, watching that lead hand fight, I was like, man, this motherfucker's doing karate in the cage. This is
Yeah.
crazy, And then looking at Tom Jones playing that open stance, and
Yeah.
then seeing these guys coming in, controlling that distance like that, who were shorter guys. And TJ Dillashaw was a big influence when I started watching him moving his feet. And
Yeah.
there's so many guys. And even now I'm looking, even guys in my weight class. I mean, I'm not going to say any names because I don't want them to know there's any admiration there. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of modern guys right now I'm watching that I'm seeing. I'm like, wow, this guy's got good boxing or a really good jab or whatever. Some guys even that have been on your show, very impressive,
Yeah.
very impressive jabs and stuff
Yeah.
like this. So I'm looking at this and thinking, man, that'd be a good scrap. Or seeing guys be like, I'd like to train with this guy someday. Or but I think for me, looking back at different fights and things that come up through that first Dillashaw fight with Barral,
Yeah.
when he came in massive underdog, and the way he took him out, I mean, that evoked a lot of emotion in me, watching this guy come up through and just be like, fuck Vegas odds, fuck everything. He just
Yeah.
came in and he just took over that fight and took out a really dominant champion at the time. I was emotional watching that. I was like, man, this is something else. And doing it from southpaw styles and bleeding so many things together from so many different looks. And yeah, I think that was that was probably one of the most inspiring moments for sure.
Well, he's coming back
And
next.
guys from,
Well, no, go ahead and finish what you were saying now.
I was just going to say, guys from AK, like Cain Velasquez too, and that whole crew that came through, watching Cain just be an absolute mauler was pretty,
Yeah, he was
he
killing
was
it.
like the original fear inducer, like that thing that Khabib has where he's just like, you got to be concerned you're going to get just mauled to death.
Yeah.
Cain is kind of like the guy that kind of invoked that concern too,
Yeah.
so I liked him a lot too.